Want to do another one. The content warning. The story you're about to read contains themes or situations that may be upsetting to readers, including death, violence, or dying. Read at your own risk. All right. Tales of Horror. Story number 1. Hell Street. You will be playing as Mark. You are an employee in a courier company. You have started working 2 weeks ago, so this job still feels sort of new to you. You have been learning things every day, getting accustomed with the way everyone works in the office. You have no prior experience. You are working double shifts on the weekends to pay your rent, which is long overdue. It has been exhausting work. You are exhausted. Mark. Weasley sweater. That looks like a Weasley sweater. I wish I had a Weasley sweater. I locked the door back. Alright, you're standing at your boss's office, patiently waiting to pick up your last delivery of the day. Hold on, I'm trying to plug something up. Alright. Anthony specifically instructed me to deliver this parcel. Oh, dang. You are watching outside. You are watching outside your boss, who is fussing over that particular order, making sure everything is perfect. And then tapping starts to seal. And then taping to seal the order completely. Anthony. It seems odd to you because it's out of character for your usually aloof boss. In fact, this is the first time that you've seen Anthony so worried about an order since you started working here. Should I reassure him, complain? Reassure him. You don't have to worry. There's no way I'm going to steal that order. I wouldn't open the seal and risk my job and my cash trip. You say jokingly in response, but Anthony just smiles, but doesn't say anything. Clearly, his mind is elsewhere. Anthony looks stressed, but you don't care. You don't dare question his. I need to expand my vocabulary. Anthony finally hands over the order. All right, a basic box. Now you know the address. Got it. The order's been prepaid. Leave it at the front. The cash chip will be in the usual place for you. No need to knock or ring. Just let it go. That sounds like I'm delivering. Am I delivering drugs? Ask questions. Ask a question. Am I delivering drugs? What if I can't find the tip? No need to worry about that. Just focus on delivering the package. You lift the heavy package and wave goodnight for the evening, and you walk into the warm night. You place the order under the back of your bike, making sure it's strapped in. You are aware that you have a long ride ahead of you. Oh, he's doing this. Ooh. The delivery is addressed in Hell Street. The name is spooky enough. I guess that's why nobody wants to go there. After half an hour, you reach the location. Probably Jack the Ripper killed his people. It seems as if I've stepped into another world. This is like a ghost town, completely abandoned. My beat is alright though. The atmosphere is unsettling. As you turn into the street, you encounter a rather unusual person. A man dressed in an odd clothes, all black, seems completely out of place. As you pass him, you attempt to get a better look at him. Strange man. Okay. Shadows lay over him as a dark, cloudy night. The man is thin and at least 8 feet tall. His hands and fingers are longer than bonier than the typical human. Because he's not a typical human, he's a vampire. His ears are long and pointy, and his skin is pale. Strange man. Yeah, he's a vampire. Or an elf. A really tall elf. Terror washes over you, raising the hairs on the back of your neck, and your mouth runs dry. A feeling of dread creeps up from the pit of your stomach. Your heart is throbbing in your ears, but you can't hear it as your mind is clouded with fear. You shift into high gear and rush along at headlong speed, anxious to get away from there. Well, that's not a very pleasant thing to hear. After a few minutes, you reach your cul-de-sac and park your bike along the side. Why don't you put your bike? Because he might recognize your bike. Go away. I hope nobody steals my ride home. This place is giving me more the creeps. You marvel at the beautiful house standing tall in front of you, along the desolate street under the pale moonlight. Someday I'm going to buy a house like this. Yeah, you and that Weasley sweater is going to buy a house like this. Is it before or after you've encountered the vampire? You walk along the steps, intent on leaving the package, taking the tip, going straight home. Exactly. No, thank you. The house lights are on, very well lit. The house lights are on. Every room is well lit, okay? You walk up to the front door, place the delivery on the receptacle. Receptacle? Did I say that right? I don't think so. Right? You place it on the porch. I don't know why you're being extra. And then you look around for the tip, but the envelope isn't there. You search around the wide veranda, but there is no sign. Hey, girl, I was promised a tip. I'm not riding all the way here and leaving without my tip. Exactly. You skip back up from the front steps, and look at the doorbell. I'm ringing the doorbell. You remember Anthony told you not to ring it. You wait for a moment. Everything is quiet inside. You ring the bell. I want my money. The lights are on as if someone is home, but no one comes to the door. You check the address. Yes, this is the right house. Yes, this is the right address. House number 13. I should ring the bell again. Investigate. You gotta investigate the horror movie, or otherwise it wouldn't be a horror movie. You carefully listen for footsteps or any signs. Nothing. There is still silence inside. You work further around into the darker reaches of the veranda, peering into the windows. The house is immaculate, inside and out. What the hell are they? As you peer through the window, you hear the front door open. You walk to the front door, but no one is there. Hello? Hello? That's that. Nobody responds. With a hesitant step, you step inside the hallway. You're gonna die. You breaking in there and out. They got it right now. You don't see anyone in the living room. Hello? Is anyone there? You shout into the void, but you don't get a response. You're not a Weasley, because a Weasley would not went into this house without backup. Is anyone in this house? I've got a drug delivery. Deadly silence is unrelenting. The kitchen is next to the living room. Now you go in the house and you're gonna drink something. You walk over to the kitchen in search of water to quench your thirst. You glide to the sink and fill a large glass on the counter with water. Not only did you walk in the house without entering, you decided to mess up the dishes. I hope you wash it. You take a sip of the cool water. It's refreshing, but as you're about to take another sip, Your hand stops midair. The glass is filled with liquor. It's blood, fam. Blood? The glass slips from your trembling fingers and falls on the floor and shatters with a loud sound. You gulp nervously and take 2 steps back. Suddenly, you hear a sound coming from the living room. As you turn around, you see the television in the living room starts to turn on. Okay, that looks like a laptop. Your heart stops when you notice a woman with unruly, matted hair sitting on the couch in the middle of the living room watching television. Okay? You can't see her face, but her back is turned towards you. You get confused for a moment because you were certain there was no one there when you walked in. After the confusion passed, you decide to walk forward and give her the parcel and ask about your cash tip. But something inside you screamed that would be a grave mistake. You are paralyzed on the spot. The menacing aura holding you in a death grip. Okay, dang. Something is off about her. She is slumped forward on the couch. A part of you wants to believe she is sleeping. But what happens next shocks you. You reach as a disgustingly... She reaches a disgustingly long arm towards you and snatches the parcel from your hands in her seated position with ease, even without turning her head in your direction. Okay, I don't know if y'all heard that, but he screamed. From a distance from the couch, you can see the kitchen has to be at least 9 or 10 feet away. She slowly stands up and drags her body towards another room. Her body is horrifying. She is unnaturally tall, with long, thin arms touching the ground. She is completely naked with sagging skin that's hanging off her extremely thin body. She raises her long arm towards the doorknob and pulled it to an open. Oh! She pulls the door open and moves her spindly-like body forward. She stops. Your blood runs cold as she turns her head to you. Her face is completely void of any emotion. She has black, soulless eyes with sagging holes and a mouth with long, rubbery lips that drips past her shoulders in a permanent look of anguish. Stop screaming and leave. What? You run out of the house, but the sudden shock has made your muscles tense. You want to run out of the house, but the sudden shock makes your muscles tense. You stand there rooted to the spot for what looked like an hour. You don't know if she can see you or even if she has the capacity to. She turns her head back to the door. Turns her head back and slams the door behind you. You are left in silence with your heart pumping faster. Fear becomes a tangible living force that creeps over you like a hungry beast holding you captive. It mobilizes your brain. Your flight response kicks in, and fueling you with adrenaline without wasting another second. You run out of the living room, but the front door slams in your face. Lights begin to flicker. You fall unconscious to the floor. Oh, you open your eyes and you find yourself lying in a dirty, abandoned hut in the middle of nowhere. Gone are those modern lights. Gone are those lights. Modern furnishings, fancy walls. It's like you've been living in a nightmare. You get up and run out of the ominous house as fast as you can, as your feet carry you. You don't look back. You hear a high-pitched scream. You don't realize it's your own until later. You don't have time to think what was inside that parcel. Where did the house and the strange woman go? What happened when you were unconscious? How long were you unconscious? You promised yourself to quit the job once you reach safely the end. That's it. I was expecting this murder of some sort, but sure.